We have played 9 games here in San Antonio. Game 10, the championship. The starting lineup for the visitor team, the Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs. At second base, Kaylee Clark. Shortstop, Lindsay Leal. Right fielder, Madison Johnson. Designated player, Serena Gonzalez. Left fielder, Bailey Hudgens. Third baseman, Kylie Jack. First baseman, Laura Hernandez. Catcher, Isabella Rodriguez. And center fielder, Annie Kay. That is the starting lineup for the Bulldogs. The starting lineup for the University of St. Thomas Celts. Left fielder, Rebecca Archibald. Third baseman, Jalen Simmons. First baseman, Chloe Bennett. Designated player, Mallory Munson. Catcher, Adeline Becerra. Second baseman, Haley Jackson. Right fielder, Kaylee Deacle. Center fielder, Delaney Moreno. And the shortstop, Lindsay Gonzalez. That is your starting lineup for the Celts. In the circle for the Celts, number 20, Bailey Tisdale. Tisdale has put together a great season, 16-2, sub-2 ERA, 119 and 2/3 innings pitched, 60 strikeouts to 12 walks, a whip under 1. The graduate student out of Santa Fe, Texas. Starts things off against Kaylee Clark. Kaylee Clark out of Montgomery, Texas. The first year has accrued a batting average of .444 entering this game. And she has stolen many, many bases in her rookie campaign. She is chasing records. That one a strike. Someone hits the zone. A dangerous TLU lineup versus a dangerous Celt lineup, matched by pitching versus pitching. A game worthy to be called the championship, for sure. There's a 1-2 count now. Clark has stolen 62 bases this year. And she taps that one foul. The Bulldogs had gone from one amazing base stealer in Kelly Jordan to another amazing base stealer in Kaylee Clark. 1-2 count for Tisdale versus Clark. That one misses. 2-2 count now. St. Thomas is on the home side despite being the lower seed because they come out of the winner's bracket. They have not dropped a game in the tournament yet. They beat Southwestern 9-1 in 6 innings in their opener, and then beat Trinity 8-3 as Clark puts that one safely in the glove of the shortstop, Lindsay Gonzalez.
Number 2 slot, shortstop, number 77.
So 1 out in the inning now. Tisdale will go up against Leal now. Lindsay Leal, the shortstop, the sure-handed shortstop, watches that one for ball 1 out of Corpus Christi, Texas, the sophomore with a .380 batting average. She comes in to score a lot, 42 runs to her name. She taps that one foul on the slap attempt. As Tisdale will look to carry her team to its first SCAC Conference Championship. The Bulldogs are familiar faces here as they've won the past 8 iterations of this tournament. That one tapped over to Simmons, the throw to first. In time, so Simmons gets the putout to Chloe Bennett at first. So 2 outs away now for Madison Johnson, who will try to prevent this top of the first from being a 1-2-3 inning. The outfielder has quite the bat as well. She pokes that one into left, and that one will get down. So a 2-out single for Madison Johnson.
Base hit for Madison Johnson.
And that'll bring up another dangerous, dangerous bat for the Bulldogs. Nice piece of hitting there from Johnson. Gets that one just to the right of the foul line. But now, Serena Gonzalez freshman out of Corpus Christi, Texas. She is strong. She's in the cleanup position for a reason. She leads the conference in RBI and home runs. She taps that one over to Gonzalez. So Gonzalez grounds out to Gonzalez to end the top of the first as they take the easy out at second. We will take a small break here on the Tiger Network as we head to the bottom of the first inning in this championship game.
No runs, one.
In the circle for the Bulldogs, out of their many arms that they could turn to, they go to Amanda White. Number 22, Amanda White, starts things off against number 29, Rebecca Archibald, the conference leader in batting average. Archibald, freshman out of Baytown, Texas. Takes that one for a ball. And White has appeared in this tournament. Coming into it, she has a 1.69 ERA. That one misses, so 2-0 count for Archibald, who is likely the fastest runner on this team. 33 stolen bases. Her batting average is so high because she can run out a ground ball. Takes that one for a strike, so 2-1 count now to the leadoff hitter for the Celts. The Celts, if they win this one, will be the champions. Texas Lutheran has a taller task ahead of them. They must win twice if they want to be crowned champions. Winner gets the automatic qualifier into the national tournament hosted by the NCAA. Archibald facing down Amanda White. 2-2 count pitch. That one slept foul. Amanda White, one of 3 pitchers that have been consistently in the circle for the Bulldogs. She's the one they turn to. Someone's hit out into left field, but foul. And the field is wet. It was raining before the start of this game. So the fielders will be tested here, as the turf, when wet, can turn into a bit of a slip and slide. But this is a TLU team with many gold gloves. 2-2 count for Archibald. Hits that one over. Liel, the throw. Not in time. Archibald does what she does best and legs out an infield single. And Liel does have a strong arm, but not strong enough to get Archibald. That'll bring up Jalen Simmons now for the Celts as they work with Archibald on first. That one in there for a strike. Simmons out of Cypress, Texas. Sophomore with the .384 batting average. Takes that one for a strike, so 0-2 count now. As the Celts start the game off with an infield single thanks to Rebecca Archibald. This is a ranked matchup. As that one misses, a 1-2 count. The Bulldogs ranked number 5 in the nation. The Celts receiving votes in the latest poll. Swing and a miss. So White strikes out Simmons. There'll be 1 out away here in the bottom of the first. That brings up Chloe Bennett. We'll see if Archibald tries to take second. Bennett hits that one out into right field. Can of corn for Madison Johnson. So Archibald has to stay put on first as there's 2 outs now in the bottom of the first. Mallory Munson, the junior out of Danbury, Texas. 365 batting average for her and 4 home runs. As this game will be evenly matched. In the regular season series, TLU beat St. Thomas 2-1 in a series in Seguin. The Celts took game 1, and that snapped a home conference game winning streak that had stood in Seguin since 2014. 2 strikes now as Munson swung through that one. 0-2 count. Next pitch. Outside. 1-2 count. TLU has only lost 2 games in conference this year. They lost 1 to St. Thomas and 1 to Centenary. That one missing. So 2-2 count now. And for St. Thomas, it is much the same. They've lost 3 games. They lost 2 to TLU and then also 1 to Centenary. And they've worked their way here to this conference championship. That one hammered out in the left field. That one a very long foul ball. That would have been straightened out. That one would have been gone. But instead, foul ball. 2-2 count. 2 outs in the bottom of the first here for the Celts. Munson swings through that one. White strikes out 2 as we head to the second inning. No runners come across in the first. We'll take a break on the Tiger Network. Stay tuned because this is some great softball. Tisdale will work through the second inning. She has to start off against Bailey Hudgens.
Top of the second inning for the Bulldogs, batting.
Now Bailey Hudgens, the senior out of Dripping Springs, Texas, going up against the graduate student. First pitch from Tisdale. That one lined out into deep right center. But Moreno was ready for it. She played it deep and slightly to the right. So 1 pitch, 1 out.
24, Kylie Jack.
Kylie Jack now. 6-hole hitter for the Bulldogs today. 200 batting average, 8 RBI, 2 home runs. So she has power in the bat. As that one called a strike. Next pitch from Tisdale. That one misses. 1-1 count. Tisdale versus Jack. Jack pops that one into foul territory. The catch cannot be made by Simmons. Just a bit too close to the fence. Couldn't work with it. One-two count between Tisdale and Jack. That one lined foul. One out in the top of the second. Tisdale trying to shut down the Bulldogs 2 innings in a row. The 1-2 pitch. That one hit up the middle, but secured by Gonzalez. The put out over to Bennett. 2 outs now in the top of the second.
First baseman number 14, Laura Hernandez.
That'll bring up Laura Hernandez to try and prevent this one from being a 1-2-3 inning for the Bulldogs. Out of Missouri City, Texas, 284 batting average. She has 4 home runs. So another dangerous bat that Tisdale cannot underestimate, as she puts that one in there for a strike. Bailey Tisdale has been all over the place. She's a graduate student right now at St. Thomas, but she also played at Texas Women's University, in addition to Concordia, Texas. She's been a Tornado, a Pioneer, and now she's a Celt. That one misses. So 2-2 count. She is a senior on a team that is part of a young program. St. Thomas only in its 3rd year of existence as a softball program. And Coach Frobays, the head coach for the Celts, Angela Frobays. She's coached 18 seasons, and she's got a knack for winning conference championships with startup programs, as Hernandez lines that one out over to Archibald. We head to the bottom of the second as TLU goes down 1-2-3. We will take a break here on the Tiger Network as we head to the bottom of the second frame. Bottom of the second now. Amanda White starts off this inning of work against Adeline Becerra, freshman out of Cypress, Texas. First pitch to Becerra. In there for a strike. And Amanda White gets the next pitch quickly, but misses. 1-1 count now. And this Bulldog pitching staff has certainly kept some powerful teams quiet. They limited Babson, nationally ranked team, to only 1 and 3 runs. Piedmont, who was nationally ranked at the time, they shut out twice. As that one grounded over to Jack, Becerra will be put away for the first out of the bottom of the second. I'll bring up Haley Jackson. So Jackson looking to have a bit better of an experience against White. 409 batting average. Reliable bat for the Celts. That one, line foul. And the Bulldogs shut out a D2 school, St. Mary's, local school here in San Antonio. They also shut out nationally ranked DePaul in 2 games. Swing and a foul. 1-2 count for Jackson. Jackson and the Celts certainly have their work cut out for them. The only time and the most runs that TLU has given up was in that loss to St. Thomas, as that one's hit up the middle. So Jackson on board with a single with 1 out in the bottom of the second. St. Thomas beat the Bulldogs 8-3 in that opener in that series. It was one of 2 times that the Bulldogs gave up their season high 8 runs. They dropped the first game against Division II St. Mary's 8-5. Someone put in there for a strike. 0-1 count for Kaylee Deacle. Deacle, the senior out of Baytown, Texas, fouls that one back. Works with Jackson on first. Kaylee Deacle, named by St. Thomas as the 2023 Female Champion of Character. That one misses. So 1-2 count. She's an athlete that exemplifies integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. She fouls that one off. She joined the Celt softball team in their first year of existence and has helped them go to the SCAC tournament every year of it. She's an outfielder on the field and also a team captain. In addition, she is also a chair of the St. Thomas Student Athlete Advisory Committee. She grounds that one over to Hernandez. Steps on first base. So 2 outs. So a runner on second as Delaney Moreno, sophomore out of Cypress, Texas, 291 batting average, 13 RBI, will try to get her 14th by driving in Jackson. That one tapped out in the left field, and Clark cannot get it. It is fair, and Jackson will score. So an RBI double for Delaney Moreno in the bottom of the second gives St. Thomas a 1-run lead. That one just tapped out on the left field foul line. Clark running and running, and that one dropped. A diving attempt to catch that one by Leal. That was Lindsay Leal that went after it.
Batting ninth, shortstop number 31, Lindsey Gonzalez.
As Lindsey Gonzalez, 9-hole hitter for the Celts, tries to keep the momentum going. That one high. 1-0 count for Gonzalez. Leal and Clark, two speedy infielders. As that one is swung through and missed. 1-1 count now. Along with the reliable corner play of Kylie Jack and Laura Hernandez have helped TLU be 20th in the nation in fielding percentage. That one gets away from Rodriguez. And Moreno heads on over to third. So Moreno on third base. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. You can't sac fly her home. Gonzalez will have to have a good piece of hitting here. Hitters count for Gonzalez. So a 3-1 count. That one popped up. And Rodriguez puts it in the glove. That'll end the bottom of the second. But the Celts strike first. They claw for 1 run in this cat versus dog fight. We head to the third inning now. St. Thomas 1, Texas Lutheran 0. Stay tuned on the Tiger Network. To start things for the Bulldogs, it is Isabella Rodriguez.
On to the third inning for the Bulldogs, batting eighth, the catcher number 21.
Bella Rodriguez, a sophomore out of Pearland, Texas. Tries to get things started for the Bulldogs in the top of the third. That one misses, so 1-0 count for the Bulldog catcher. So with the 1-0 count, Rodriguez took a step out of the box for a moment, get herself situated, so she can put that one into left field, and that one gets over the glove of Archibald, who misjudged the ball. Rodriguez with a stand-up double to start things off for the Bulldogs in the top of the third. It had solid contact. That one just getting over Archibald. That allowed the ball to roll all the way to the wall. So no outs in the top of the third as Annie Kay, the freshman out of Sinton, Texas, 209 batting average. Tries to lay down a bunt. That one goes behind her, though. So 0-1 count. Kay is a fast runner. She has laid down plenty of bunts this tournament that she's been able to leg out. "16 stolen bases to her name. So she is a speedy one. Lays down the bunt. Dead and well. Simmons throws to first. Easy out over there, as the Celt corner was ready for it. But that moves Rodriguez over to third, so Kay does her job.
Top of the order, second baseman number 7, Kaylee Clark.
Kaylee Clark now 0 for 1 today. Popped up in the first. 24 RBI. That one misses. 1-0 count. She has a dangerous bat, similar to Archibald in her hitting style, able to hit a lot of grounders that she can leg out. That one lined up the middle, and the throw to first, not in time. That'll score Rodriguez, and the Bulldogs strike back. It is tied up 1-1 here in San Antonio. Good piece of hitting there by Clark. Just gets over the head of Tisdale. Gonzalez, the throw, not strong enough to get out the Division III leader in stolen bases. Now Adeline Becerra, who's behind the dish for the Celts, will have her work cut out for her, as Clark loves to steal. Lindsay Leal, 0 for 1 today. Tries to lay down a bunt. Goes awry. 1-1 count. Leal 0 for 1 today. Grounded out in the first. Clark is fast. Leal is fast. Madison Johnson, who's on deck, is fast. And you can see on your screen that it is still drizzling out there. That one tapped, and Simmons, the throw to second, not in time. And they still keep applying the tag, thinking that Clark would come off base, but she doesn't. So now runners on first and second for the Bulldogs. 1 out in the top of the third, as Madison Johnson, 1 for 1 today, works with 2 of the fastest runners on the Bulldog lineup on base. First pitch from Tisdale. That one misses. She singled in the first. And Clark has been known to steal third base as well. So Becerra cannot relax. And the stolen base attempt over to third. No throw. Simmons tried to go in, thinking that Johnson would lay down the bunt. So the double steal as Leal and Clark move up a base. Becerra did not throw it to third. Does not set up over there. Smart base running by the Bulldogs. They take advantage. So you see pulling back the bunt, and Becerra not wanting to throw a ball that could have ended up into the outfield. And if that would have happened, the Bulldogs would have been guaranteed a run from Clark and potentially Leal as well. That one popped into left field. We'll see if they tag up. Clark thought about it, but came back instead. So 2 outs in the top of the third now. But a dangerous, dangerous situation for Tisdale, as the cleanup hitter, Serena Gonzalez, owner of the rookie home run record for the Bulldogs. 10 home runs this year, 56 RBI, 421 batting average. Working with Leal and Clark on base. 1-0 count to start things off for Gonzalez. She cleared the bases in the cleanup position already this tournament. She'll try to do it again. 2-0 count to the dangerous cleanup hitter for the Bulldogs. The next pitch from Tisdale. In there, so 2-1 count now, and there's a good turnout here from the Bulldog faithful and Celt faithful alike. Gonzalez versus Tisdale, the 2-1 delivery. Outside the zone, so a hitter's count for Gonzalez. Certainly not what you want to have against her. Gonzalez cleared the bases against Schreiner. But she will draw a walk here and try to bait the throw over to second. But Sarah doesn't bite. So bases loaded for the Bulldogs as Bailey Hudgens 0 for 1 today. Reach on a fielder's choice in the first. Head coach Wade Wilson is the head coach of the Bulldogs. That one is grounded. They take the out at first, and one pitch grounded it to Jackson, and the Bulldogs leave the bases loaded. But they score a run in the top of the third. We are tied up here 1-1 in this championship game.
2.5 innings, the score is tied.
We head to the bottom of the third. Take a break on the Tiger Network. Stay tuned. This is some great softball being played. Top of the lineup, due up here for the Celts, Rebecca Archibald. We'll go up against Amanda White once again. She's 1 for 1 today. Legged out an infield single back in the first. The score is 1-1. Rebecca Archibald, 477 batting average, leads the conference. That one is fouled off. And White trying to keep the damage to just 1 run. Many all SCAC players on both sides of the field. That one tapped and snagged by Jack. So Archibald will be going back to the dugout as an impressive defensive play by Kylie Jack. Will mark 1 out in the bottom of the third.
Number 2 slot, third baseman, number 6, Jay Simmons.
The baton is passed over to Jalen Simmons. That one too low. So 1-0 count. Meeting in the circle for the Bulldogs. Coach Wilson wanting to talk things over with the entirety of the team. Wilson heads back to the dugout. Can only wonder what that conversation was about. Where he wanted to talk to the entirety of the Bulldogs team. 2-0 count. Amanda White versus Jalen Simmons. Simmons struck out in the first. Next pitch. That one grounded over to Leal. The throw. That one in time. So 2 outs in the bottom of the third. As Jalen Simmons was easily retired by Leal.
First baseman number 27, Chloe Bennett.
Chloe Bennett, chosen by Coach Frobes as their MVP. She earned that honor. The MVP on each team can seem to spring from the obvious, the person who records the most points, runs, kills, or goals in any sport. As that one is grounded, and that'll be the end of the bottom of the third. But Bennett earned that award for being a good sport, not just to her own team, but to the opposing team as well. But that opposing team is looking to dethrone them in the winner's bracket. We are still tied up here heading into the fourth. We'll take a break on the Tiger Network as due up for the Bulldogs, Kylie Jack, Laura Hernandez, and Bella Rodriguez. It's time to get back into this one. Tisdale starts things off against Kylie Jack. Made the impressive defensive play in the top of the inning, or in the bottom of the last inning, rather. Jack is 0 for 1 today, grounded out in the second. First pitch from Tisdale. Popped up. Archibald coming in, able to collect the can of corn out in left field. So 1 out away in the top of the fourth off the first pitch. Laura Hernandez. And that one, another quick out as Gonzalez gets under that one. So Hernandez retired, Jack retired.
The catcher, number 21, is
As Bella Rodriguez steps up to the plate. So 2 pitches, 2 outs for Tisdale. Rodriguez 1 for 1 today. And make that 3 pitches, 3 outs for Tisdale. A quick shutdown of the Bulldogs in the top of the fourth. You don't see that one very often. Tisdale on a roll now. We will take a break on the Tiger Network as we were barely live once again. And we'll see if the Celts can keep on the road as we take a break on the Tiger Network. And Amanda White starting things off against Mallory Munson, the cleanup hitter for the Celts. 0 for 1 today. Takes that one, a 1-0 count for Munson. Mallory Munson, winner of the Celt Award over at St. Thomas. Puts that one out into left field, but Hudgens comes in to take that one. So, quick out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Batting fifth, the catcher, number 5, Adeline Becerra.
Adeline Becerra, 0 for 1 today. Grounded out in the second. As we look to have a pitcher's duel here in this championship game. That one's fouled back. Amanda White versus Bailey Tisdale. And the burning question, which one will give first? They've both given up a couple hits, but only one run has come across for both sides. 1-1 count for Becerra, the Celt catcher, trying to get the better of the pitcher in the circle. So a 2-1 count now. The Chants are going stronger than usual in this championship game. As White's next delivery. That one, she got jammed, and Liao bobbles it. And wow, the bobble by Liao allows Becerra to get to first.
Base hit, Adeline Becerra.
Liao got there, got her glove on the ball, but just bobbled it for a split second, and Becerra was able to get to first because of it. That one fouled off. .49 pitches now for Amanda White in this one. Haley Jackson, 1 for 1 today, singled in the second. That one misses. 1-1 count for the 6-hole hitter. Runner on first in the bottom of the fourth for the Celts. As a 2-1 count for White versus Jackson. And that one, whoopsie swing, but that one gets off the bat, so that will make it a 2-2 count. Runner on first. Next pitch, that one fouled off. Jackson, the junior out of Oxnard, California, now plays for a team based in Houston, or at a school based in Houston. That one grounded foul down to the third baseline. The Celts in their black, red, and gray uniforms. TLU, black, yellow, and gray. That one weakly grounded to Liao. The throw to first. And not in time. The ball gets away from Hernandez. And Becerra will head over to third base. So runners on the corners for the Celts. We'll see how that one played out. That one was already going to be a close play. Liao, the throw. And maybe the throw was offline because Hernandez couldn't pick it off the ground. She had to go at a weird angle to try and get that one. The ball got past her.
Batting seventh, right fielder, number 24, Kaylee Deacon.
Now Kaylee Deacon has been on this team every year of its existence. 0 for 1 today. Tried to come up in a big way for the Celts. One 0 count. She takes that one for a ball. Tie game right now. That one grounded over to Clark. The throw to first in time, but the Celts driving another run off of that one. Jackson heads over to second. Becerra scores, and the Celts lead it 2-1 in the bottom of the fourth. That's all you need to do as a hitter. Know the situation, have good situational hitting, and you will win games. White's pitch to Delaney Moreno now. Moreno 1 for 1 today. 299 batting average. And Deacon coming in a big way for a team that she's been on for 3 years now. That one popped up. And Clark had to make a bit of a nice catch there. And the Celts take the lead, but they will have to beware because now the Bulldogs could get a blue shell and come back in this one. We will take a break in the next inning for the Tiger Network. Due up for the Bulldogs, Annie Kay, Kaylee Clark, Lindsay Liao. It'll be another day at the office for them. We're back in San Antonio. As our song ends at the exact perfect time that they're playing on the field.
Batting ninth, center fielder number 4, Annie Kay.
Annie Kay, 9-hole hitter for the Bulldogs. Doesn't have an at-bat today. First plate appearance in the third. Had a sacrifice ground ball. First pitch from Tisdale. And this bout between herself and Kay lined into center field. Delaney Moreno makes the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Tisdale.
Top of the order, second baseman number 7, Kaylee Clark.
Oh, Kaylee Clark trying to stop the 1 pitch, 1 out streak that Tisdale has going. That's 4 in a row now. She'll stop it there by not making contact with the ball. 0-1 count as that one was in there. Clark 1 for 2 today. Singled in the third, drove in a run. That one misses. So a 1-1 count to the speedy leadoff hitter. And what would it mean to Coach Frobe's to hoist up the championship trophy? That one grounded over to Simmons. They throw out Clark at first. So 2 outs in the top of the 5th now.
Number 2 slot, shortstop, number 77, Lindsay Liao.
She told me it would mean the world. It's fun to have a good team that works hard. She did the same thing over at Southwestern, started up their program and won a championship in the first couple years as Jalen Simmons makes a great catch on the hot corner. Good reaction time from the third baseman. The Celts still lead it 2-1.
Top of the 5th inning, no runs. runs, no hits, no errors.
We head to the bottom of the 5th on the Tiger Network
St. Thomas 2, Texas
as the Celts and Bulldogs are giving us a show in San Antonio. We're back in San Antonio. Due up for the Celts. Lindsey Gonzalez, Rebecca Archibald, and Jalen Simmons will try and continue things for the Celts. Amanda White has allowed 2 runs so far. We'll try and keep the damage at 2. Although one of those runs is earned, the other unearned.
Lindsey Gonzalez, shortstop.
So, Lindsey Gonzalez, first pitch from White. That one went up the middle, and a diving attempt by Leal. The ball goes in and out of her glove. And Gonzalez will have a trip over to first base. You have to wonder whether the conditions of the field and how wet the ball is maybe cause that one to slip out of the glove. That rain and drizzle does have an effect. So runner on first with no outs in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 count. Rebecca Archibald, 1 for 2 today, singled in the first, lined out in the third. And that one hit the bat, says the home plate umpire. May have tapped the bat there. That'll be a strike. And Coach Frobes wanting to talk to her young leadoff batter and the young base runner. Gonzalez, that's a sophomore, and Archibald, for sure, as on that replay. I see that one. Come to your own conclusions on that one. Archibald working with Gonzalez on first. Takes that one. So a 2-1 count for the leadoff Celt hitter. They find themselves up on the Bulldogs 2-1. Next pitch from White. In there for a strike. So count evens up 2-2. It's been the first time in a while since we've had 2 teams receiving votes in the national NFCA poll and the SCAC. But we're glad to have these 2 teams duking it out. Someone's fouled back, 2-2 count remains. St. Thomas has been an excellent addition to the conference. They have been competitive in so many sports, whether it be men's soccer, men's basketball, and now softball. This game wouldn't be happening without them. 2-2 count in Archibald versus White. No outs at the bottom of the 5th. 2-2 pitch. That one fouled off into left field. We started with 6 teams in this tournament. We are down to the final 2 that you see on the field. Schreiner was the first eliminated, followed by Southwestern, then Centenary, and then the host school, Trinity. That leaves us with Texas Lutheran and St. Thomas. Juiced count for Archibald. Archibald trying to make use of the runner on first. Slaps that one foul. And we'll see how this one ends, as this is a battle between Archibald and White. The pitch, that one fouled back. And Archibald has the high batting average for a reason. She's pesky at the plate. Archibald has her speed to thank for the high batting average. As that one tapped over to Jack. They get the out at second, but Archibald just too fast. They won't even attempt a throw over to first. So one out now in the bottom of the fifth. As we head on over to Jalen Simmons, stepping up to the dish now. Simmons, the two-hole hitter for the Celts, 0 for 2 today. Strikeout, ground out. That's been her line. Takes that one for ball one. And these are two powerful lineups on both sides. But they've been kept tamed so far by both these pitchers. 1-1 count now. This game could have gone either way in either a pitcher's duel or a shootout. But right now, it seems like we've gone the pitcher's duel route. 1-2 count as that one hit the zone. This has been an excellent conference tournament here at Trinity University. Chosen as the host institution for the tournament this year. That one misses. Count goes even, 2-2. Once again, I am Reed Rosales. Thank you for joining us here on the Tiger Network to watch this exciting game. Full count now. Whether you're a Bulldog fan, a Celt fan, or just a fan of good softball in general. We hope you're having a good time watching this one. That one fouled off by Simmons. Coach Frobes giving words of advice to Simmons. Simmons, a sophomore, working with the freshman Archibald on first. Draws the walk, so runners on first and second with a 1 out in the bottom of the fifth. Texas Lutheran will have a meeting in the circle as we are going to have a change in pitchers. Coach Wilson signaling over to the bullpen. Takes the ball out of White's hands. That'll be the end of her day. She'll officially pitch 4 1/3 innings. 6 hits allowed, 1 run allowed. Issued 1 walk, struck out 2. As now in the circle for the Bulldogs, Sydney Willette will relieve White. We will take a break on the Tiger Network as we allow her to warm up. We will introduce you to her after that break. Sydney Willett seems to be ready in the circle. Relieving Amanda White. Willett, another pitcher for TLU with a sub-2 ERA. Has to face the team-picked MVP, Chloe Bennett, out of Waller, Texas.
Number 27, Chloe Bennett.
And TLU's world was certainly flipped upside down when, for the first time in their history with the SCAC, they lost their tournament opener to Trinity and had to work up the gauntlet of the losers bracket. That one's in there for a strike to Bennett, 0-1 count. They're the first team since 2009, which was Rhodes College, to lose their opener and work their way through every single game of the losers bracket to make it back to the championship. That one made it an easy catch by Leal as Bennett gets jammed.
Batting fourth, designated player number 7, Mallory Munson.
So something that doesn't happen very often, but they were certainly good enough to make it back. In the end, Rhodes lost in the championship to DePaul, 8-0. But a great catch out there in center field by Kirsten Williams. It was a defensive substitution out there. Will end the bottom of the 5th, so no runs coming in to score. The Celts still lead at 2-1 here in San Antonio. We're gonna take a break here as we head over to the 6th inning. Bulldogs running out of time. They need to put up 1 run in either this inning or the next. We'll see if they can do it after this break. Madison Johnson starting things off for the Bulldogs. Top of the 6th inning, we're getting down to crunch time in San Antonio. Tisdale's opening pitch in there for a strike to the junior out of Round Rock, Texas. 1 for 2 today, singled in the first, flew out in the third. As Johnson, weak grounder to Gonzalez. They get the out at first. So 1 out now in the top of the 6th as Johnson goes down on 2 pitches. Serena Gonzalez, the cleanup hitter for the Bulldogs, is 0 for 1 today. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first. And drew a walk in the third. Takes that one for a ball, 1-0 count. She draws plenty of walks with the 56 RBI that she's accrued. That is leader in the SCAC and top 10 in all of Division III as well. The Bulldogs need to score 1 run in order to tie the game. They can certainly do that. They have the firepower to do so. That one put in there for a strike. 2-1 count now. What would it mean to win a 9th straight championship to Coach Wade Wilson? That one misses for a ball. He said it would be exciting. the success and the tradition we've had here. And none of the kids this year are a part of the national championship team. When TLU won the national championship a couple years ago. That one misses, so Gonzalez draws a walk. It's a runner on first for the Bulldogs, as I believe we're going to get a pinch runner for Gonzalez on first. All they know is winning conference championships, so getting ready to experience a winner-go-home situation is always a good experience.
Pinch runner, number 8.
As the pinch runner will be Reagan Hillis, who will relieve Gonzalez of base running duties. Winning a championship is always exciting. The Bulldogs have certainly been doing plenty of winning of this tournament. As pinch hitting for the Bulldogs, Harley Russell. Russell had a big day yesterday, scoring in a couple of runners to give TLU the edge in several of their games yesterday. Russell, the first year out of Fort Worth. Fouls that one off. On first base, Hillis, speedy runner. But pretty much every runner is fast on this Bulldog lineup. Swing and a miss. So 1-2 count now. As the freshman Russell goes up against the graduate student Tisdale. Next pitch. Misses, so count evens up 2-2 now. And you can see that it's starting to come down a bit again. A bit hard to see, but you can see it. That one sent out into center field. Will that one get down? That one weaker than I had originally thought it was. That one easily taken by Jackson.
9-6, third baseman number 44, Kylie.
So 2 outs in the top of the 6th now. So Kylie Jack fouls that one off. 0 for 2 today. Ground out, fly out is her line. Next pitch to Jack. Hit out into left field. That one will get down. So runners on first and second for the Bulldogs in the top of the 6th. If there was any time to score, it would be now. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. It is a fickle situation. And we may get a pinch runner for Jack. We'll see who they put on base. Rather, it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter. Looks to be number 32, Chloe Wells. Chloe Wells getting some advice from the coaching staff, who won SCAC Coaching Staff of the Year for the 2023 season. Chloe Wells now pinch hitting for Kirsten Williams. Wells, freshman out of Dayton, Texas. First pitch misses, so 1-0 count for Wells. 8 RBI on the year, 267 batting average. She's called upon to pinch hit here. 2 fast runners on base. A good hit would bring in a run. That one misses. 2-0 count. And you always got to be careful when it's raining because the ball gets slippery. The terrain becomes a bit more unfamiliar. That one in there for a strike. 2-1 count. You especially got to be careful when you're a pitcher like Tisdale. Make sure the hand is dry when you pitch the ball. That one hit right back to Tisdale. It goes off of her. And the throw to first. Everybody is safe. So bases loaded with 2 outs in the top of the 6th.
Base hit Coley Wells.
Meeting in the circle as Bella Rodriguez, the sophomore out of Pearland, Texas. I read that one as Pearland earlier. As pinch runner for Wells, number 9, Taylor Vanette.
Pinch runner number 9, Taylor Vanette.
Bases loaded for Rodriguez. This is a big situation here in this game. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. So a sacrifice fly is not in play here. Rodriguez 1 for 2 today. Hit a double in the 3rd, grounded out in the 4th.
Catcher number 21, Isabella Rodriguez.
Rodriguez versus Tisdale. St. Thomas leads this one 2-1. First pitch from Tisdale. Misses. So a 1-0 count to start off Rodriguez. Tisdale, a good mentor for the young pitching staff of St. Thomas, according to Coach Frobes. That one hit over into right field, and that will end the top of the 6th as Deacle brings that one in. Bulldogs leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 6th on the Tiger Network. Due up for the Celts, Adeline Becerra, Haley Jackson, and Kaylee Deacle will try to tag on to some insurance runs, but what a stop here by the Celts. Tisdale works out of the jam as we head to the bottom of the 6th on the Tiger Network. Sydney Willett ready for another inning of work for the Bulldogs. Sure that they're bummed that they did not get a run out of that top of the 6th. But as we head to the bottom of the frame, things are led off by the Celts with Adeline Becerra, the Celt catcher out of Cypress, Texas. 1 for 2 today. Ground out in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. Sydney Willett trying to keep things in a shutdown situation. And Coach Wilson maybe avoiding disaster here as the 2 fielders, the left fielder and the center fielder, switched positions. And of course, you cannot put in players in a position and have them play different positions. As Kylie Jack is out in left field, number 44. So a couple defensive shifting for the Bulldogs. as Reagan Hillis will now take over at third. Next pitch from Willette. That one missed. 1-2 count. Annie K over at first now. That one swung through but fouled. So 1-2 count remains for Adeline Becerra in this bout against Sydney Willette. Harley Russell in center field. One-two pitch from Willette. Swung on and missed. So Becerra goes down swinging. One out in the bottom of the sixth. That's Haley Jackson.
Batting sixth, second baseman number 25, Haley Jackson.
Bases empty for her here in the bottom of the sixth. 2 for 2 today. Singled in the first and in the fourth. Taps that one out into left field, and Jack makes the play out in left field. Maybe a bit tougher than she anticipated, as it fell closer than she thought it would. So 2 outs quickly here in the bottom of the sixth, as Kaylee Deacle takes that pitch and grounds it up the middle. The throw from Leal to first, and a 1-2-3 inning. TLU maybe gaining some more momentum. They have 3 outs to work with to get 1 run. Stay tuned on the Tiger Network. You cannot miss this 7th inning, because this one could be for the championship. Top of the 7th. Tisdale looking to pitch the complete game. She has Annie K, Kaylee Clark, and Lindsay Leal to deal with, though.
Top of the 7th inning for the Bulldogs, batting ninth.
But the Bulldogs have 3 outs to get 1 run to continue this game. If the Bulldogs lose this one, they are eliminated, and the Celts will be crowned champions. They win. Then we go to another game later on today. Quick ground to Gonzalez, and the throw in time at first. So Annie K will be retired for the first out of the top of the 7th.
Top of the order, second
The Celts lead it 2-1. Kaylee Clark 1 for 3 today. Had a single in the third. Pitch number 2 for Tisdale. That one grounded over to Simmons, and an out at first. So 2 pitches, 2 outs in the top of the 7th, and the Celt fans are feeling it.
Number 2 slot shortstop, number 77, Lindsay Leal.
Lindsay Leal, the final line of defense for the Bulldogs. The pitch from Tisdale. In there for a strike. Leal 1 for 3 today. She singled in the third. The 0-1 pitch from Tisdale. That one slapped foul. So an 0-2 count. Potentially the final strike. 2 outs The top of the 7th. Tisdale in this great game. No strikeouts to her name so far. Will she get the first one here? The pitch. Swung on and missed, she will! And St. Thomas will be the first women's team from St. Thomas to make the NCAA tournament. It's their first SCAC championship in program history. They bring down the Bulldogs 2-1. A great victory by the Celts. They are your 2023 Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference champions. They will earn the automatic qualifier into the NCAA tournament. What a performance by Bailey Tisdale. A complete game against a dangerous Bulldog lineup where she only allowed 1 run. What a great championship game. What a way to end things off in this conference tournament. And for the first time since the Bulldogs joined the conference back in 2014, they are not the conference champions in this tournament. That will snap an 8 tournament streak of championships for the Bulldogs. And it is celebration time in H-Town. What a year that the Celts are having. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Coach Frobes. And a congratulations to the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs and head coach Wade Wilson as well, because I am sure that this is not the final time they will be on a softball field. They're ranked number 5 nationally. They are likely going to get an at-large bid into the NCAA tournament, where perhaps they will be set in a regional with the Celts. It will be interesting to watch, to be sure. And the Celts are dancing. You hear the music in the background. They are the champions. And what a time to be a Celt. In the first year that they are eligible to make it to the NCAA tournament, they do. Thank you for joining us for this conference tournament. My name is Reed Rosales, and I thank everyone who showed up to work any of these games, whether you're working the cameras or the stats, the music, the SIDs, Justin Parker, James Hill being the PA voice for all these games. It's been a fun time. And everyone in the control room as well, working the switchboard and the replay to get you these great angles. We will be announcing the all-tournament team after this one. Thank you for joining us on the Tiger Network, whether you watched one game or all the games. I appreciate your viewership.
Award ceremony coming up, folks.
But for now, this will be the last Sports Tiger Network broadcast of the year. Thank you to everyone for this spring semester to make this possible. I'm Reed Rosales with the Tiger Network. Congratulations, St. Thomas. See you in the tournament. And for the Tiger Network for the year, have a fantastic day.
Mr. Bob King and the entire Trinity University athletic staff for serving as host of this year's event for their hard work. And now the 2023 SCAC All-Tournament Softball team. At catcher, Adeline Becerra and St. Thomas. Infielder, Marina de la Luna of Trinity. Infielder, Lindsay Leal of Texas Lutheran. Infielder, Jalen Simmons of St. Thomas. Infielder, Haley Clark of Texas Lutheran. In the outfield, Madison Johnson of Texas Lutheran. And Delaney Moreno of St. Thomas. And Rebecca Archibald. The designated player, Serena Gonzalez of Texas Lutheran. At utility, Haley Jackson of St. Thomas. And in pitcher, we have three. Jordan Arce of Trinity. Haley Tisdale of St. Thomas. And Sydney Willett of Texas Lutheran. Before we present the 2023 SCAC Softball Championship Trophy, we'd like to recognize this year's runner-up, the Bulldogs of Texas Lutheran University. And now SCAC Associate Commissioner Russell Kramer will present the championship trophy to the 2023 Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference Softball Champions, the University of St. Thomas Celts. Congratulations.
Champion!
On behalf of Trinity University and the Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference, thank you for attending this year's championship. We wish everyone safe travels back home.
When it starts pouring, I bet you
Number one, champion!
Good thing I gotta lift the truck. I just sit right underneath it. I gotta lift the truck. I just sit underneath it. Over there now?
Hey.
Oh my God, go,
Thanks for coming out. There you go.
Hi, John.
Very good.